This tweet by Pokimane was very interesting. As much as I want to dunk on her, there's actually some intricacies that I really want to address that I think a lot of glad-handing yes men are mindlessly parroting. And I think this situation is far more complex than anybody realizes. So I kind of want to talk about this one.
What's up, guys? We're up here. So today we're once again clowning on Pokimane, and while her tier 3 simps are currently searching for the dislike button on this video, let me just tell you, you're not going to make it. So her latest take is one that I think is pretty interesting for the reasons she probably didn't intend, and we're going to talk about it today. So here's the take. It says, unfortunately, there aren't that many huge female streamers, at least not on Kai and Speed's level. Pokimane says that the streaming scene is becoming more male-dominated.
So here's the very interesting with this take. This is true and untrue at the exact same time. And now I want to explain this. First of all, the success of a streamer has nothing to do with gender. This is a woman who's trying to say the reason why I'm not as big as Kai and Speed is because I'm a woman and the internet is sexist. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, feel bad for us women. It's just simply not true. And let's be real, women have a huge buff on this platform, which is if they are conventionally attractive, they can pretty much have an assured bottom line of at least 200 viewers, as well as making around $3,000 if they were to sell feet pics on OnlyFans. So let's not sit here and act like women have it hard in the content creation industry, okay? The reason, and I mean this genuinely, the reason why there are no streamers on Kai and Speed's level, yes, guys, I'm going to say this, Iron Mouse is not on the same level as Kai and Speed. She is not even close, okay? Now, there are people pretending that there are VTubers like Neanders, Silvervale, Shy Lily. They are successful, but they're not on Kai and Speed's level. Now, that's not because of their gender. That's because there is not a single other person besides these two who are investing and grinding in their content more than these two. These people have done prison streams. These people are going to other countries on the day, learning 8 different languages in order to be able to communicate with all of their fans, donating millions upon millions of dollars, which is something that Mousy has done. But the other thing is, Kai Cenat and Speed go live to 140, 150, 200,000 people, 70,000 viewers on a slow day. Mousy's lucky if she gets 13K. So let's not hold Mouse to the same level as Kai and Speed, because having to live up to that amount of drive is very hard. Now, Mouse is doing great considering everything that she has to deal with. Obviously, she has an autoimmune disease. She's doing amazing for what she is, but there are no creators on Speed and Kai's level. And that is just the truth. But that's not about gender. It's because no one is doing as much, as often, as hard as these two.
Now, the funny part about this is that she's partially correct, but not for the reasons she would have hoped for, right? So yes, platforms like Twitch, for example, and even Kick, they are male-dominated right now. But that's not surprising, because they've always been male-dominated, and it's not too surprising when you start peeling back the layers as to why these platforms exist in the first place. Places like Twitch were created primarily for gamers to stream on and for gamers to watch broadcasts on. It's not too surprising that those spaces would be male-dominated. No, I'm not going...
Just like OnlyFans is female-dominated.
...to listen to the latest hack journalist who says, actually, gamers are 50-50 in terms of gender because we interviewed 100 Candy Crush players. No, the reality is, and we all know it, is that the gaming space is primarily occupied by men, and those are the ones who are going to be streaming on places like Twitch, and those are going to be the ones who are watching those male streamers. I mean, it's just kind of how people operate, right? Of course, there's going to be some people gravitating towards female streamers like Pokimane, but that is typically not the majority, as we've seen for years and years, and I don't think that's too controversial to say. But her statement here also ignores something that I think is kind of offensive, because on the female side of streamers, she's completely ignoring people that do pull really good numbers. And that, of course, is VTubers. As many people have pointed out, Pokimane...
No. These people, they're just not on the same level. They're really not. And I know this is fun to pretend, and this is the nice thing to say, but guys, right? I want us to live in reality. Okay, once again, I love VTubers. I do. They're great. But Kai Cenat Guys, he gets 73,000 viewers and his analytics are on a downtrend. Okay? He's the number 3 streamer on the entire platform. Okay? Mouse gets 8K, right? That's a difference of 10 times the viewership. You would not compare a 3,000 viewer streamer to a 30,000 viewer streamer. Okay? Now, females do have success, but it is true that nobody else is about Kai Cenat on Kai Cenat or Speed's level, right? They're essentially celebrities at this point, right? Hopefully that makes sense, right? And once again, this is what Pokimane said. They said there aren't many huge female streamers not on Kai and Speed's level. This is the direct quote, okay?
Of Iron Mouse and Gargura.
But no other man or woman is on Kai or Speed's level.
So they are people right here, 2 examples of female.
There's a reason why Kai can just say, yo, Kevin Hart, come on my stream. Yo, John Cena, come on my stream. Yo, Speed, enter the Royal Rumble on WWE. There's a very big difference.
Female streamers pulling
Kai and
amazing
Speed are known
numbers on different
globally.
platforms. You have Iron Mouse, who is the 2nd highest all-time sub number on Twitch. She was, for a moment last year, the number 1 all-time until Kai broke her record and reclaimed his number 1 spot. And then you have Gargro, has millions and millions of subs on YouTube. And of course, Pokimane ignores examples like this. Now, there's a lot to go on here psychologically with.
I hope nobody took offense to anything that I just said, because I know the VTuber community is very sensitive. But hopefully you guys understand that everything I said is completely rooted in reality.
Why VTubers seem to appeal to such a broader audience these days. And there's some reasons as to why I think people are just gravitating towards them as content creators. They want to use VTuber models because it gives them certain advantages that regular face camming does not provide. And this Shondo clip will be forever relevant. So let's give this a listen.
Let's see it.
There are the times we don't like real women anymore.
Based.
What, you mean these virtual women go online and make money and I have to spend 3 hours putting makeup on? Yep. Get over it, whore. Your days are over. Your womb is drying up. My womb is eternal.
Obligatory Shondo clip on the subject. But for the average Twitter user about to fume over this and go apeshit on Twitter crying about what she just said or anyone agreeing with it, you're offended, but that doesn't make her wrong. Because, yes, that is one of the advantages of having a VTuber model. You don't have to worry about people picking apart your physical appearance every time you go live on a face cam. In fact, the proof of that is in the original Dexerto tweet where there's a bunch of people in replies spamming pictures of Pokimane without makeup on, and they're saying how terrible she looks. And by the way, I think that's kind of stupid because all of these female streamers that these people simp for, yes, they look very different without makeup on. That's just like reality.
Show me a VTuber without their idol on. People who are shitting on people's appearance and that's why they don't find them entertaining are, a little bit short-sighted. Now, it's a nice addendum, but it doesn't completely invalidate someone's career because they look a certain way. You can do that in mean-spirited nature, absolutely. Like, for example, I shit on Frogan's appearance nonstop, but that's not the reason why she's not succeeding. The reason why she's not succeeding is because she's retarded.
Anyone thinks otherwise, they're delusional. But anyways, you avoid all of that by having a VTuber model. It's really just that simple. You're perfect all the time in terms of your appearance. You have exactly what you want every time you go live. So I think that kind of takes some barriers and some obstacles out. Of course, being a VTuber comes with its own challenges, like a bunch of wackadoos constantly hating on you for the most benign things. But there are some advantages that people just don't really think of all the time. But, of course, the data is there to suggest that VTubers have dominated the female streaming space for some time.
I feel like this video is very ignorant because it doesn't matter how many graphs you show. It is the truth. There is not a single other person on Kai and Speed's level. And we're kind of nitpicking saying that there are no successful people, but there obviously are very successful people. But this is Rev, once again, completely missing the point. It's just kind of embarrassing, to be honest. He did the same thing with me when he intentionally misunderstood a situation and really caused me a lot of grief for no fucking reason. Yeah, the tweet really wasn't that big of a deal, but people do like shitting on Pokimane. I don't really care much for it, to be honest, but that's just not what she was saying. And I feel like anybody with 2 eyeballs can see that. Just my opinion. Let me know what you think. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.